Hey, good evening, guys. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Monday, the 13th of March 2017, and this is my weekly analysis on the daily charts for my live trading. Um, so welcome to a whole new week. Daylight saving has kicked in some countries, and there'll be more to follow, so it means I have to get up an hour earlier, which is a bit of a bummer because that is now 4 a.m. in the morning, my local time here in Vietnam, for the daily charts and new candles. So that's not good, but I'll survive. So first up, let's have a look at the news. It's a huge news week. As you know, we're already past 8:30 on the Monday night. It's now about 11 p.m. local. Wednesday, there's a bit of stuff out of the US, mainly the core retail sales and crude oil inventories tomorrow, which are normally major news in themselves, but they may just be put in the back burner this week as the big one on early Thursday morning for me, 1 a.m. Thursday morning. FOMC economic projections and FOMC statement, which is basically the United States interest rates. Now, they're expecting a rise. That's what all the experts are predicting, and that's what they believe is coming. So there could be some volatility later this week when that announcement, or close to that announcement, is made. So it's a big one to look out for. Then after that, we have some further. Bank of Japan also does its monetary policy statement and policy rate. They're expecting no change there, which is interest rate also. The LIBOR or LIBOR rate out of Switzerland is their like interest rate type announcement. That's due out on the Thursday also. And Great Britain, the UK, same again, official bank rate due out, expected no change. That's on Thursday also. Then we have building permits, and it's just a big week of trading. But the big ones, the United States, the Federal Reserve. So that's just be careful. That could be a real market mover. All right, let's get to the charts. So, as I said, I trade the daily and the 4-hour charts in all of these pairs, but this video will only concentrate on the daily charts. I may make some note about the 4-hour charts that I'm trading, but generally this is just the daily charts you're looking at. Any red lines you normally see, trend lines are representing, I'm looking at sell or bearish, and green trend lines you will see on here are bullish or looking to buy, and the blue or the aqua trend lines are just normally trend lines I draw on the chart just to give you some indication of price breaks, etc. like that. So we'll start off with the Aussie New Zealand daily. It's screaming up. I'm in a sell, and I'm exactly 300 pips down at the moment. There's my sell on this red line here, this level here. I'm expecting, hopefully, this to roll over to the downside, and it'll give me another sell trade with a bigger position up here, and I'll be able to pick up at least a break even in this sort of area here. That's the plan. So at the moment it's not looking that good. It's definitely shooting up. There's been some discussion on about it on the Facebook group on the 4-hour charts, and yeah, I'm telling everyone it's going to go down. Everyone's making money on it going up, so Murphy's Law. The Australian US dollar. I did close had a sell I think on this trade, and I closed it early today. Now we're definitely in a heading back up, so it sort of bounced off or gone near the 240 LMA in this grey moving average in here, and I've got a blue dot in the MACD Platinum, hence my grey vertical line just gives me a heads up that there's possibility of if I get a red QMP dot, I will definitely take the buy. So I'm just waiting at the moment. Nothing on there. Those lines you do see on the chart at the moment are 4-hour trades, so they're not relevant to the daily charts. Euro Japan. I'm still in this buy here, which is for 0.02. and there was another one down here for 0.06. I've since closed that, made some good profit there, and now all I'm in is the initial trade, the 0.02. So you can see my notes there. Still going up nicely, so I've got no reason to close it as yet, but it's certainly the stop loss is at the point of entry, so I can't really lose anything on that, so it's been a good trade so far. Pound New Zealand, Great British Pound, New Zealand dollar. Nothing really doing here. Ideally I'd like to see it roll over to the downside and give me a sell trade, but the way it's going doesn't appear to be happening anytime soon. It's had a bit of a spurt up today, so we're just waiting patiently on this one. Nothing much happening on that at all. US dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm in a sell here. Again, it's similar to the Aussie New Zealand, getting slaughtered. 350 pips, it's against me. That's the problem with trading this way, where I've got no stops. It's just my money management is such that it's not an issue for me, but it still can be a little bit concerning when you're in a trade that's going so far against you. The plan I've drawn, I've got a red dot on the MACD platinum here. It's a long way above the zero level, so I've got that grey line there. I'm just waiting for a red QMP dot on the QMP filter, new red dot, and I will take the sell with a bigger position. It'll be 0.06, looking for that overall break even at least area again, and that's the plan. So there is still good divergence there, and I'll be ready to take it whenever it presents, maybe 4 o'clock this morning. Aussie Canadian. Here's one. I'm in 3 sell trades. 1, 2, 3. That's marked by these these red orange vertical dashed lines. That's my 3. The yellow dashed line is my overall break even. So you can see I'm in sell, sell, and sell. Well, the position sizes get slightly bigger. The MACD is going down, price is going up, bearish divergence. So looking for it to roll over and head down towards this yellow line at least, and further hopefully. But at the moment it's going against me. Aussie Swiss franc, in a sell on this daily chart. I've already closed half, stops inside the point of entry, so it's can't lose anything really on this, so it's good. These 2 other lines here refer to the 4-hour charts, don't worry about them too much. I've started drawing my green trend lines on here, looking for possible bullish divergence if I get a turn up on the MACD and price. I know there's nothing there as yet, there's no dots, but I just like to draw the lines when I see something obvious, so it's like staring them in the face every time I flick through the charts. But at the moment, it'd be a great buy signal. The MAs are heading up, so its price is coming to the MAs, and if it bounces up, I'll certainly take that buy signal. But just have to wait as usual. Aussie Japanese yen. Now this is a pair that's been going sideways for quite a while. This is a daily chart. Look at that. It's just been going nowhere quickly. I'm in a buy trade here. It's not really setting the world on fire. As you can see my notes here, the trend is up, I guess, with the MAs. There was some bullish divergence there. Not a great deal, but there's technically it's divergence. So it's just a matter of waiting for this to break out one way or the other. Hopefully Bank of Japan might do it for us this week. Euro Aussie. Alright, in a buy from down here, which is a great trade. Look at that divergence, and took that buy, went against me a little bit as it normally does, up here nicely into the MAs. I've closed half my position already. I've moved my stop up underneath these lows here. I've started to draw red trend lines looking for a reversal. The MACD is a long way above the zero level, so you'd expect it to roll over and to go with the downward trend. So that's the plan. Hopefully it'll roll over somewhere here. The divergence will be confirmed. I'll have red dots all around, and that'll be a good sell signal. But until that happens, we just got to wait. But at the moment, we're in a good buy and making money. Pound USD. Righto, this one's probably getting close to having my, I'm going to sell from back here. I'm getting close to closing this one out completely. I've already closed half. My stops at break even, which is just on the red line, basically, point of entry. I've got a blue dot on the MACD Platinum down here, and that was a couple of days ago. I probably should have sold, and it would have been closed the account, the sell trade. It would have been a nice, but I'll wait and see what happens tomorrow. If I get a blue dot on the QMP filter here, I'll take the buy, and I'll probably close the sell. There's good divergence here, as you can see, setting up. Hasn't been confirmed yet, it's just setting up, so wait and see what happens tomorrow. But at the moment, my sell trade is still okay and making money. United States dollar, Swiss franc. I'm in two sells here. As you can tell by the red vertical lines, still, I was always confident this trade, I don't know why, but the sell signal was back here, and I took the second sell signal on the break of that trend line. I drew it through there. So it took a while to get going, but it's now going, and it's now past the overall break-even point. So hopefully this will just roll over down to the downside on the MACD Platinum, and price will keep on dropping, and I'll be able to manage these two sell trades a bit better. Something similar to the Euro Japan, but at the moment we're in profit, which is good. Let's switch USD Japan, a bit like the Australian Aussie yen. It's going sideways. I'm in a buy. I've closed half already. It just hasn't taken off. You know, it's sort of holding this low here, but it's a nothing trade really. I can't really lose anything on here unless it's a huge move that misses stops, etc. But hopefully the Bank of Japan will get some sort of movement on these yen pairs, because a few of them are just dead in the water at the moment. But we're in a buy, we're in profit, and we're holding profit still, so it's not too bad. Pound Aussie, another one that's going a bit sideways at the moment. I'm in a buy here, and it's sort of just meandering around that entry level, but not really going one way or the other. MAs are down, so I'm going against the trend. This, I guess you can call it a double bottom on price here, which seems to be holding, even possibly a triple bottom if you want to get real technical about it. And there is divergence that goes hand in hand with that double bottom there, bullish divergence. So all I can do is wait and see what happens, and hopefully get a spike up and get us some pips. But if not, and we'll just have to grin and bear it and see how it pans out. The thing I don't like about it is the MACD is close to the zero level, so it sort of limits my options a bit, makes it a little bit harder to wrap your head around the setup, but we'll work something out. New Zealand USD, New Zealand dollar. Another one I'm in a took a buy up here, just about picked a high, didn't I? And as you can see, it's dropped away quite significantly. I have got a turning point here on this MACD Platinum. It's a long way below the zero level. It's given me possible bullish divergence setting up here. Ideally, I want a blue dot on the QMP filter. Then I'll go in with a 0.06 buy, and I'll have my overall break even in this sort of area here where the writing is. It's dropped like a rock basically, so it is due for a retracement or some sort of pullback, so that's what I'm relying on basically. Yeah, it's dropped a significant amount quickly, you know, when you look at this high up here all the way down there. But we'll have to wait and see. At the meantime, I'm down a few points on that one. And the Euro New Zealand, I'm not many trades on the daily here, but same deal, it's shot up, getting way overextended from the MACD Platinum above the zero level. So looking for it to roll over to the downside sometime soon. And if there is a sell trade, I'll probably take it, because technically the MAs are in a downtrend. They have been all the way to about this level here, where they are starting to tighten up a little bit, but technically still in the downtrend. So if I've got a sell signal there, I would take it just based on it being with the trend. Euro Canadian. It's not a bad one, this one. I'm in a buy, already closed half. There's a real good base on this. See that green line? I guess you could say it's a triple bottom, which I've marked here. And we had divergence also on the with the MACD platinum. It's gone up nicely. It's starting to lose a bit of momentum now, as you can see. And with this candle here, possibly it's going to roll over a bit. I've closed half, as I said. My stop's up here under these lows here, so it's all pretty good. And if I get a sell signal, I'll take it. Again, it will be with the trend if it's a sell trade, but we've just got to wait for it now. But it's a winning trade at the moment, which is good. That's what we like. New Zealand Canadian, New Zealand Canada. It's been a bit of a dog, this pair. Really not doing much. Just the MAs are really tight now. Look at that, the three of them are just about on top of each other. So in this sort of situation, I'm quite happy to trade both directions and I don't really need any confirmation of divergence. I'll just trade both ways as long as the other rules are complied with, the position of the MACD, platinum, etc. So at the moment, it just looks like we've had 4 days of going sideways, and hopefully it's a base forming and it'll go to the upside. And this will roll over to the upside, give us a double bottom on the MACD, the divergence here. So that's the plan. It could just keep on falling off the cliff here, and then we just have to wait again. Euro pound, Euro GBP. On the daily chart, the MAs are pretty flat. They're just starting to spread a little bit now as the price heads up. It's had a nice upward trend here. These are all these here are 4 sell signals on the 4-hour chart. So I'm in a bit of a spot of bother. Not a big problem, but I'm on my 4th trade, and that red alert area is roughly my break even. So it hasn't really got far to drop down to that break even level on the 4-hour charts, but at the moment, the daily, it just looks like it's running a little bit out of steam here, and hopefully it'll just roll over and head down. If that's the case, then I'll probably be tempted to take a sell trade on the daily chart based on the MAs at the moment. But yeah, there's nothing happening on the daily here, so I'm just waiting. And we have the Canadian Japanese yen. I'm in a buy trade here. I actually took a buy trade and a sell trade at the same time. The buy was on the daily and the sell was on the 4-hour chart on the same candle, so yeah, go figure. But we're in a buy here. Like a few of the yen pairs, it's been going sideways. It hasn't really got me too excited, this pair, for a while. It's probably a pair I might even ditch if it doesn't sort of show me something a little bit better. As you can see, there's divergence, regular bullish divergence. Technically the MAs are in an uptrend, even though they're flattening out, and these lower highs here just tells me that the market's just dying. So this probably wasn't the best trade to take, but we'll just see how it pans out anyway. So that's it basically for the chart analysis, guys. Now I just want to run over the what have I done here? New computer. What's going on? Here we go. I'll go to the spreadsheet. Now, last week I did a 1-hour demo for the whole week on the SAR method that I've talked about in other videos and in my Facebook group. And I also had the high probability divergence method also on those same. There's 3 pairs on the 1-hour charts. It was just a demo, and it was tough going because basically had to check the charts every hour, which are physically impossible to do. You need sleep. Did it by myself, but I did finish the week. The spreadsheet, if you go to my spreadsheets, I always talk about them. You can see all the sheets down the bottom here. Basically, the main one that we're trading with at the moment is this Go Markets Daily. Then this was the demo one that we just completed this week. So you can see my stats here. There's 47 trades in total, and I just cut them off early this morning. The euro was in profit, so that was enough for me. 47 trades. Overall profit, you can see it over here, 833 pips, or $1,008. It's a demo account, $10,000 demonstration account, as you can see. So that's a 10% increase, which is ridiculous really, because the risk I figured was way too high on some of these, especially the high probability divergence trades, starting with a 0.1 lot, which is not the smartest thing to do. But anyway, the important thing was the SAR trades. It got a bit confusing trading the two methods on the same chart, and the lack of sleep at times. I made some silly decisions and missed some entries, both to my advantage and my disadvantage. But at the end of the day, there's 22 SAR trades, overall result of plus 195 pips, nearly 196 pips. So it was pretty good actually, I thought, for a week on 3 pairs. And one of the pairs was a Euro USD, and I just do not like that pair at all. It's just I find it a tough pair to trade for some reason. So that was my problem pair, and I was trading gold sort of for the first time. It just took a little while getting used to the spreads and how you calculate the pips, etc. But no, that worked out well. The gold had a real good move down. I caught most of that, which was great. So the other 25 trades with the divergence or high probability trades, and they had a 637 pips. So it was a good result. It was tough going. I'm going to go back to the 4-hour charts on a demo and get these going. But you can look at this spreadsheet here, and all the spreadsheets are there if you want to have a look at them all. These are all my live trades, the ones I try to call live, so it's all good there. So I think that's about it, guys. Like I said, it's a big week of news, so be warned, be careful, be ready for it, especially for you day traders. And even if you've got positions that are pretty close on the 4-hour chart or something like that, you may want to take some sort of evasive or some defensive type actions on your trades. And just be happy to know we've cracked 600 members on the Facebook group, so thanks to all the new members and welcome. Like I always say, I appreciate people that are following me, whether it be via the YouTube channel or the Facebook group, and I get plenty of emails. There's some really nice emails from people with very kind words, which I really appreciate. It helps my ego. But no, it's all good. And as usual, if you've got any questions or just want to chat or comment on anything Forex related, whether it be my methods or your own methods, just want to bounce some ideas around, feel free to post them in the Facebook group or even run them by me via email if you want to keep it private. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for being a part of it, and hopefully we'll make some pips this week, and just be careful of that news. Cheers.